So in recent news, man, so Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor's divorce settlement has come through. I'm going to read some of the details of it, and then we're going to kind of just discuss what happened before we get into the topics of the night. So they finalized their divorce. Teyana Taylor retained 4 properties, valuing a total of $10 million. Iman Shumpert kept his condo in Miami and 2 Georgia properties. He had to make a one-time 7-figure payment to Teyana Taylor, and he's up for $8K a month for child support. And I think she kept most of the video to a couple, like the G-Wagon, a couple of the big video vehicles. She kept those too. Took my man to the bank. It's crazy out here. What's y'all thoughts? What's y'all initial thoughts on hearing the settlement, man?
Honestly, were those her things that she came into it with? Do we know that? Because I've been wondering, like seeing it on social media, like are those her properties and stuff and cars and stuff that she had prior to him?
No,
it's not.
No, hell no. I think they. I'm trying not to go too quick off the deep end.
Okay.
I think one of the condo in Miami was his, I believe, by himself. I'll put it like this. I feel like he got what he came in with, she got what she came in with, and what they built. Okay. So the condo and those Georgia properties was his prior to. The one of the houses that they lived in, she got, and the other 3 from the 4 they got together. Yeah, I did. They took this is crazy to me, dog. I'm gonna tell you why it is. I got in so many arguments on social media in my story about this because I disagree with some things. I ain't all in their business. I'm looking at what I read. I don't go all deep into. I wasn't in the courtroom with them, but they both got money. 8K is aggressive. Secondly, we can go there, Lewis. I know. Okay, we can go there. Secondly, hey man, I gotta pay you a one-time payment, and you get $10 million worth of property, and you get all the cars, and I'm paying the child support. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think no lawyer is stupid enough to sign that. That had to happen post. That don't make sense or nowhere. And then I'm not so sure she had to have been close to the breadwinner in a situation. Iman Shumpert was a good NBA player, but he wasn't a superstar where he got that one big contract in Cleveland. She been a child star for years.
Yeah,
so
my
to the bank, dog.
So he cheated. She got a car and a bike that day.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
that bike was fire.
But Keenan, so do you think that? Okay, my question is based off of what you said. Do you think that he deserves more, or that that they shouldn't have split it the way that they split it? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it should have been more even, or do you think he deserves the more because you said she was the breadwinner?
I'm cool with even. Like, if she was worse off, right? If she was worse off and needed more and to settle it so we can be even, I'm cool with that. But if we're in similar places financially, you can reach in my bracket, I can reach in your bracket on a certain day. We should split with even properties, especially if I'm gonna have to come out of pocket for child support.
I agree with that. Listen, I agree with what you said. The only thing that I think kind of shifts that is custody of kids, right? So that maybe shifts more what she gets. I think it was pretty fair. I think $8K a month, that's $72,000 a year if my math is correct. That's not too bad for child support for someone of his caliber, because you can earn that on interest easy, with the type of money he has.
Not with everything he just gave to her.
But the 7-figure payment, I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. What's that for? What do you need a big lump sum of money for? Like, I don't understand.
That's crazy, man.
Is it a
that part I
rumor?
don't get.
Is it true that there was like an infidelity clause, or are people? Is that just speculation? Because I didn't read anything like for real. I just saw little tidbits.
But she gave an
online.
interview about how she introduced the threesome into their relationship, right? And she was on a podcast, kind of kind of being boisterous about the fact that it was her idea and it wasn't his. She's like, people think that it was because of him. She was like, no, I ran that. I created that, scenario. So I don't think that there was any infidelity, because I think anytime you bring someone into your bedroom, you're now inviting that type of environment.
No, I disagree with that.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I disagree though. To me, a threesome is consent from both partners to bring a third person into the bedroom. So if you decide to venture outside of this threesome that we've agreed to, then to me, that's infidelity. I don't care how many people we bring back, but if you decide to venture out on your own, then you cheating.
Is there a threesome contract I don't know about? When does it end?
Hey, Princess, bring them back.
I feel like that's a continuous conversation between you and your partner, because you may
it ain't a 7-figure payment conversation.
Time and then be like, all right, we did it one time. We're not about to keep having threesomes. That doesn't mean like, oh, we had a threesome one time, so now I can go smash somebody else on the street. Yeah. Like, no, that doesn't mean that.
So, and I forgive my ignorance, y'all, if I sound ignorant when I say a couple of things. I don't want to sound ignorant. Mm-hmm. Let's say for the sake of this conversation, let's say he did slip up. If I make that one-time payment, why do I got to give up all that other stuff too? It's like, this is what look, I get contracts, I get the clause, I get all of that stuff. But my issue is, okay, let's just say for the sake, it happened. So now you banging me across the head for $10 million worth of properties, another $3, $4, $5 million worth of cars, and then I got to pay you a one-time seven-figure payment. Mm-hmm. So okay,
I think in that instance though, Keenan, like all that other stuff that was a part of the divorce. Let's say that there was this clause, and then it was like, okay, cool. You saying that you never gonna do nothing crazy? Okay, cool. Put your money where your mouth is, right? So I think that it's like, yeah, we've settled on all the regular stuff in the divorce, and also you still owe me 7 figures because XYZ. I haven't said much about this just because I can acknowledge that I have a biased opinion about it. I really rock with Teyana Taylor. She could have took him for everything he got, and I would have been like, "That's my girl. Go ahead, sister. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead on."
See, that's
my girl.
Asia, that's that BS right there.
But I'm telling you, Keenan. But I said straight up, I am being biased. I know it's not the right answer. I'm fully aware of that. Mm-hmm. But that's my girl, and she won.
I high-key feel you, Asia, because that's my girl too. So it's like, hey, that's Petunia. That's Petunia.
Everything she deserved. Emotional distress was the added tax.
Hey man, I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to be ignorant, yo.
Go ahead.
I fucking hate that attitude, and I know y'all mean it. I fucking hate that.
That's Petunia.
Because if she would have cheated and took him for the same thing, y'all still would be happy that she got him for it.
No, I would have been disappointed in her.
Man, Princess, get to see.
I'll be honest. Look, I'll say it. I will be disappointed with a smile on my face because I really rock with her.
Why?
I really and I am being completely honest in this moment. And I know this is very ignorant for me to say, but we're being honest here. I really rock with her. So I can definitely say, yeah, she's wrong. Let's say if it was a situation, I could say that, yeah, she's wrong. And she better go ahead with Mufasa. You know what I'm saying? Like, she better go ahead. with
That's Mufasa.
I'm just saying, like, my toxic trait is I rock with her. And so I'm rocking with her.
What's the obsession? What's women's obsession with that lady? Because my wife is the same way about her.
It's her aura. It's everything about her. She just, I don't know.
She is badass, body banging.
Man, what that got to do with this messed up divorce settlement?
And she's super talented too.
She is talented.
Very underrated. Very, very underrated.
But her and Rihanna don't get along for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, I'll be honest. I ain't no good.
I'm not in the Navy, so I don't know.
I am disappointed, bro.
Bro, what you expect, man? Don't have any expectations of that mess, man. You know how it is.
It ain't really about them, that situation specifically. I just really hate how, like, if a woman rock with another woman, she could be as grimy. I'm not calling Teyana Taylor grimy. She could do whatever she wants, but it's all good. Oh yeah, she did it. And let a guy that they like do a woman dirty, and they gonna flip on him.
No.
But y'all do the same thing though, honestly. For real. Y'all be like, hey, y'all.
Give me a situation that would be remotely close to that.
Thing.
Any situation remotely close to where a guy was gutting a girl out and he still got patted on the back, and you seen men be like, oh no, he's straight.
Men do that every day.
I didn't say they didn't. Give me a guy who gutted out his partner, got everything he wanted from the relationship, and guys got online or did whatever and was like, oh yeah, no, go ahead, bro, I see you.
Future.
What? Tell me who he. Hey, hold on. Tell me who he married and gutted out.
For real.
You said who?
Huh?
You said who?
Future.
He said Future.
Oh, I thought you said somebody after that.
No, I said that's y'all king.
Who did he take for their money?
He didn't take anyone for their money.
No. We're not talking about the money aspect.
Oh, hold on.
Talking about like a man doing a woman wrong and like.
But what I'm saying is,
I have one. I have one for that, Keenan, though.
Okay.
And I actually had an argument about this, and y'all already know I really don't like Mary J. Blige like that. But her ex-husband, he gutted her, and I mean gutted her. Like, how is she the one paying child support to a child that's not biologically hers in a divorce? And when I tell you people, and I saw men being like, yeah, he got his. I saw it with my own two eyes. So
I forgot all about that.
Hey, what year was that?
I didn't.
What year was that?
This was
what? It doesn't matter.
Happened.
Yeah,
it happened. You asked for an example. I gave you an example.
I think that was more in a response to what Keenan is making a point of right now. Right? It's like that was one instance where you saw a man get the same treatment as a woman in that setting, in that situation. But typically you see in a divorce where someone gets awarded a lump sum of money is because they gave up or they sacrificed a career and they could not earn as a part of that dynamic because that person was the primary breadwinner. In this situation, they're probably one of the more equal people that I've seen. So the fact that she got a seven-figure payment, that just doesn't make sense to me. I could get with the houses and the cars because she has the kids, but he's paying child support, right? What is the lump sum for? That I can't comprehend.
Emotional distress.
But he got it too.
I think it's something we won't know. I really do think because that is a lot of money. Like, no lie. Like, this is the part I'll say it fine. Yes, I think that there was something going on, and that's how she got the money.
Yeah.
But she got
that's the only way that would even make remote. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm agreeing with y'all on that. Like, that's a large amount of money. So it had to be, and I get it. Like, it's not our business, but like, it had to be something going on for that to be cleared.
Yeah.
Because that's just crazy. Like, I'm agreeing with y'all in that aspect for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm telling you, this is my closing thought, man.
She a black woman living though.
Hey, MBWmerch.com.
Go get it.
She got the merch. You see it saying tap in.
You might get a 7-figure payment.
You know what I'm saying? hey, I will say this though. I'm not really mad at Teyana. Let me just say this little tidbit before we move on. It's not Teyana Taylor that bothers me. It's just the scenario. It's not Teyana Taylor. Because I actually felt like she's one of the few that handled it and didn't gut their partner out publicly. She didn't try to put him in a certain light. Any light he got in, he put himself in as far as the divorce goes. So I do want to commend her on that.
They even use fake names. Like they use, I think, initials because they didn't want it out. But people obviously found it and put it. And she literally posted at one point, like, can y'all please stay out of it? Like, leave us alone. Like, we try to do this privately. So, yeah.
Man, I met them in Miami one time, bro. I lost my mind. I was like, what? They were just sitting down, chilling, eating. Like, it was like a regular old, like, just literally them two outside of a spot eating. And I was walking with B-Dot, matter of fact. And I was like, hey, bro, that's Teyana Taylor at the Bond Shop. But they was like, what's up, bro?
She was there when we were in Miami for the podcast party too, because of the weekend that it was. And I text my friend, that party that we were supposed to be going to that we didn't go to, she was there. And I text my friend, I said, we go to this party. And I am in her presence, I might pass out.
The one from Friday night?
No, Saturday night. We left the pod party and we were supposed to go to that party. She was at that party. And I'm like, bro, if I get close to her.
All right, so we got Louis B and Princess bringing the vibes for the night, man. Let's get into these topics.
What up? What up? All right, I'm gonna kick it off with you first, P.
All right. So speaking of Iman, he had a little something to say. So let's see it and let's get our thoughts on this.
With money, don't listen. A nigga with money don't want you to listen. I'm gonna give this out to all women worldwide. Niggas with money don't want you paying no. We don't care for you to do that. We not coming to get you for no bread. If you do that and you get your own bread on the side, we gonna clap our hands for it. We gonna smile about it. We gonna be proud of it. We don't need you to do it. That's the advantage of picking us. We don't want you for that. We want, honestly, we don't, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You.
And that's why. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thoughts?
Transition.
I have thoughts.
That's how she
go first.
That's how she got that 7-figure check. That's why.
He did not help.
I'll go on a limb and say this. What he's saying is true though. Like, I don't think if you have it, you're like, oh no, you straight. Like, I'm not. It goes back to, man, I got in a TikTok debate over this. It goes back to the provider thing. That's the goal. So if we have it and it's not an infringement on our life environment or whatever, we're not tripping on that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But bad timing, boy. Cause I'm gonna save my second ignorant statement for later. I think that's a dangerous game though in 2025. I'm gonna be real about it. I think it's a dangerous game. I think the type of money he's talking about and the type of money most of us experience, even if we're well off, it looks very different. And I think what people don't like to talk about with money, it's a shift that comes with who's doing what. And it get real uncomfortable if you used to certain things and that you take away that power now because you're not worried about it. But like, it's a shift that comes with that. Mm-hmm. Every woman, some women may feel like, and please correct me, ladies, like some women may feel like their ability to produce income like allows them to do what they want because this is the bread I get. I do what I want anyway because this is what I make. So if you take that away, that could look different, even if you're paying for everything. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think that I could just not bring in any income. It sounds good, but to me, I just feel like that gives someone too much control. Even if you pay everything, like all like the bills in the home or whatever, I still have to have some type of income coming in for me.
Can I ask a real question, Princess?
Yeah.
Why does the money equate to control for you? And I'm not judging it. I really like to have that conversation. Like, why do you think giving up money for a man or a woman, but in this case, we're talking about a woman, why do you think that it makes someone feel like they're relinquishing control?
Because honestly, a lot of times that's what it equates to. Like when you have someone who is like a breadwinner or just a man men with money, let me just put it that way. Mm-hmm. They easily control who they are in a relationship with. Because I could be cheating on you, but I'm going to buy you this bag so you can shut up. You got this house. I'll go buy you this car. You don't have to work, so you're good in that aspect. But everything else is messed up. So oftentimes, like speaking to the amount of money to Lewis's, like to what he's talking about, that type of money, yeah, mm-hmm. Like I definitely feel like there's a control thing. And like I was just raised to just like always be able to take care of yourself. even if someone else is technically taking care of you, be able to stand on your own.
I love that. Because I have a daughter, you know, now I'm probably not setting the best example because I don't when she's around me, but I do think that principle is important. Right? To your point and to Keena's point. Yeah, I think what he was saying like two different things, right? I feel like he was saying men that have money don't want you to pay bills, but then he was saying men don't want you for that reason, right? Because you can pay your own. I think he was having two different conversations or two different statements. So I'm going to maybe stick to the latter. I don't think that women being independent and being able to provide a certain lifestyle for themselves or accomplish certain things, I don't think those are the things that we look for when we're looking for a wife or when we're looking for a companion. That to me is probably, can you handle yourself is probably more important. But as far as what you can provide financially, that's not what I look for. You know, that's not, I think a majority of men aren't looking for that. Just to go on that second point that he was making.
And I also feel like I've never seen a man with money truly be concerned. Like for real, like what he's saying, I feel like that's real. I've never seen a man that's really, really getting money talk about 50-50. What do you bring? Because they're gonna do it anyway. Most times. Like I've never seen that.
I'm gonna jump in here. I agree with everything that y'all are saying. I just want to know if that applies to society today, because I feel like a lot of men hold back whether they have money or not, right? Like, but they're not saying what y'all are saying because women have put this like, you gotta have money, you gotta pay the bills, you gotta have this huge expectation of, oh, you can't. They don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory or wherever it was. Like, that's silly to me. So because of that, the folks that are now dating in 2025 are having a difficult time finding mature, that's the word, mature men, to kind of be the provider in these relationships. It makes it difficult.
I think, but you can't, it's like, so to that point, a certain kind of woman can say that, and I don't think a man would be offended. But it's some of the women that are saying that, right? And it's like, you can't even go to the Cheesecake Factory by yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Why are you gonna tell me I can't take you there, right? I think the perspective and reality and value has gone, and I think people have access to things like, you know, social media and all that stuff, and everybody's looking at the same thing. You got someone that's probably living in lower middle class looking at the same bag as someone in upper middle class, right? Or they're in the top 1%. And that's just not, you can't have the same standards of people in that, or who've been accustomed to that lifestyle or know how to operate in that place, you know? And as someone who has been fortunate enough, and I'm talking about shit, that's been able to rise through the class statuses, right? It's a different shift. It's a different approach to things, right? When I get around and I'm around certain people, the conversations are different, and I can have them without feeling guilty. But if I go to a certain place, I can't have those same conversations because those things are going to be looked at differently. You know what I'm saying? And I think the thing that I've grown to learn, the people that don't have much or money are the ones that talk about it the most.
Yep.
When you're around people that have money, it's understood. It's not even a conversation. You're talking about what the money gets you. You're not even talking about the money.
And I also think, Louis, to your point, because people have never had it, they still think that this number, like I say all the time, 6 figures 10 years ago is not the same as 6 figures today. And I'm talking about like the surface level, like 100K is like, whoa, 100K is not that anymore.
Not anymore.
But the people who do all that talking about it is nowhere near it. So they don't even know that the people who are making it, like, it don't hit the way it hit 10 years ago. So I feel like when they're looking for a man and they're like, oh, I need a 6 figure, that man might still need your help, depending on where y'all stay at. Like, that does not mean, you know what I'm saying? Like 6 figures is just the end all be all and he got it. Like, we're not living like 2025. No, this is not 2000.
So I agree with you, Princess. I agree with everybody. I got a couple things. I'm gonna get bit on the first one, then I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna start with Princess because I agree. I'm gonna push back a little bit. I think 6 figures is still a lot if you're willing to fit your lifestyle into it. I think a lot of people hear 6 figures and think there's an exact lifestyle that's attached that makes it unaffordable. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I do,
right.
I do think it's still different from 10 years ago, Princess. Don't get me wrong. But I also think people think when you hit 6 figures, I got to start doing certain stuff. No.
$6,000.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Right.
What I will say to what Brittany said earlier. Brittany, I think the problem in 2025, ladies, forgive me. I think the problem in 2025 when it comes to women like that, they don't like the expectation that it comes back with when you say, I need to do this with money. That's when it starts to get choppy. They can say like, hey, you need to buy this or da-da-da, money, money, money. But I don't think a lot of people acknowledge like, okay, I'll do that. But that also allows me to put an expectation on you of what I get back. And I feel like that's when that line starts to sputter a little bit. It gets real great in because I'm going to be honest with you. Like, expectations is what makes stuff uncomfortable. You expect me to pay, cool, and then I expect something from you because I'm paying. And then it's like, oh, you bought me this dinner, don't mean I gotta talk to you. You bought me this dinner, don't mean I gotta call you back. And then it's and I'm not saying dudes should think like that, but what I'm saying is the expectation that comes back is what gets uncomfortable in dating because people only think about what they want. They don't think about what they're gonna have to do in order to get that.
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's good.
So like they're like, oh, I want blah blah blah, but like, okay, you can want that, and once I do that, I want this because I did that. And people keep acting like dating and relationships don't have a transactional component to it. Stop it. They absolutely do. Like everything is give and take. Everything is investment. So when you think like, I see more, the closer I am to some situations, I see more people offer up their standard or expectation and less people share what that will bring to that partner, man or female.
I think that's what makes it, I completely agree with what you're saying, Keenan. I think that's what makes it difficult.
That's twice in one night. Thank you, Asian.
When that's what makes it difficult when like somebody, like when a woman though that is making her own money, that she is independent, then comes into contact with a man, right, who is also making his own money and all those things. Because like I have a friend and he always asks me like, how is it for you? Because you work a lot. And then because can you imagine now it's like, okay, cool. Now we both have these expectations. But what if I don't have time to meet those expectations that you have because I am also really working, I'm making money and all these things. And then the expectations that we have of each other, it's like those need to be managed, right? So I think sometimes it becomes difficult with dating, depending on the class that you're in and all those things, because yes, sometimes the guys that are here, and let's say we're making around the same amount, or even if they're making a little bit more than me, they will be expecting me to do the things as if I'm making significantly less than they are.
Oh yeah, no.
That's not true. That's not true. I do not have the salary of the woman that, like, we're close to this. So the things are going to have to be, the expectations are going to have to be a little bit more even. And I think sometimes in conversation, men don't like that part of the conversation.
That's fair.
Because we're making, I'm not here with it, right?
You
and
can't
just
sun
like what
me.
you said, you can't, right? And so it's like, I think the managing expectations, it becomes hard to date sometimes.
Hey, so let me ask you a question. What would be your response to expectation? And I'm literally just asking, what would be your response? Well, any of you all can answer this. Your response to like, I don't mind taking care of everything, but you got to ask me before you swipe.
Wait, hold on. Am I in agreement that they
the situation is you
swiping?
get whatever financial expectation you want, but you got to communicate with me before you do it.
Everything?
I'm just asking a question.
No.
Nah, bro. I'm not doing that.
I think up until a certain point, maybe that's how we start, so I can learn your traits and you can learn my comfort level. But after a while, I think that should stop.
Yeah, because if I add that sounds too much like you my daddy.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
I think you got to be built, like maybe you're working and building towards trust, but I think that's a lack of trust, right? Like I think you should be able to.
So Lewis, I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I don't disagree with you all. I went with a wild scenario for this reason. I just was like, if there was a presentation of financial expectation with something back for that financial expectation. A little bit extreme. Shout out to my bro Lewis. A little bit extreme, but you see how uncomfortable it can be if something comes behind. Oh, I'll pay for it, but I need you to tell me when you're doing these things.
Because that's the controlling aspect of it. Like I feel like you're in control then. If I have to call you for every single purchase I make, like that's an allowance to me. Like it's a controlling piece to me.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this conversation. So you should have free will over the bread.
It's not free will.